Hey everyone, welcome back to Teachopedia. In today's video, we will be learning about sentiment analysis using Python. So let's get started. The content of today's video is what is sentiment analysis, what libraries we will be using to achieve this technique or to apply this technique, what are the basic functions of these libraries, and then apply sentiment analysis on the IMDb dataset. So I will be using Jupyter Notebook for this task. Make sure that you install NLTK library. If you are using Python version 2 point something, use this one. And if you are using 3 point something, Web3 install NLTK, use this one. And if you are a Mac user, use this code. Okay. So after this, import NLTK library and type nltk.download. This will open up an interface in which you will download all the necessary packages. I already downloaded this thing, and it will take some 5 minutes, 2 to 5 minutes. So after this, we are going to tokenize a text into a set of sentence, which means we are splitting a large text, into a series of sentences. And how are we gonna do it? We will be using nltk.tokenize function, and using that we will import send tokenize and then pass the text into this function, and it will break that text into a set of sentences. So if I run this, I will get 3 different sentences which are in a text. Moving on, we will tokenize this whole text into a series of words, and using the nltk.tokenize, we will import a function called word tokenize that will split our text into a set of words. So after tokenizing a sentence, or you can say a text, into a set of sentence and then into a set of words, we will be saving all these outputs into 2 different variables. So we are saving this send tokenized output into sentences and word tokenized output into words. Now we have an array of sentences and an array of words. So after that, we will be working on stop words. Stop words in languages are those words which are very frequent, which we use very frequent. Like in English, there can be am, who, where, what. These type of words are called stop words. We can remove stop words from our text, and then we can use only those words which are unique in our text. So first of all, we will be using nltk.corpus, which have a list of stop words built in, and we will use set function, set collection, which remove all the words if there is a duplication in a corpus. So a set is an unordered collection which makes sure that there are no duplicate elements in that list. Okay, so we are using set to remove all the duplication if there are any in the English stop words corpus. Okay, in the below example, we will remove stop words from our sample sentence. So we have defined a variable which contains a string, or you can say a text, and then we are using the stop word list and storing that into an array, and then we are tokenizing this sample sentence into a list of words. And what we are doing is we are removing all those stoppers from our sample sentence. If I just run this, we are getting two different lists. First, there is a before removing stop words, and then there's after removing stop words. Okay, so it removes words like of, the, and etc. So now we have unique sentences and punctuation. Moving on, we are importing a corpus of movie reviews. Now we are excluding stoppers as well as punctuation. If I just run this cell and then the other cell as well, we will get a list of filtered words in which there will be no useless words like stoppers or punctuation. And then we are using counter from collection library, which will print all the most common words which are used in our text. So from movie reviews corpus data, we exclude all the English words which are stop words and punctuation as well, and we remain with only the filtered words, or you can say unique words from that corpus. So this is the whole list of filtered words, and now we are using counter to print or to see what are the most common words in that corpus. So here are the 10 most common words which are used with that count in that data. So film is used like 9,570 times in that corpus. So now we will be working on sentimental analysis example, in which this is a very simple example in which we are using and creating two vocabularies of positive and negative vocabularies, and then we are transforming those vocabulary words into a set of positive features and then negative features, and then with the help of an algorithm called naive Bayes, we are training our data, and then we are training our model so that it can understand the data, and then we will predict with a test sample sentence whether it's a positive label, or you can say a positive sentence or a negative sentence. So we are creating two vocabulary, as you can see, with some positive words and negative words, and then we are using word feature function, and then which will be creating a list of a positive word, let's say awesome, and then label it as pos, which is positive, and same goes for negative. For example, terrible, in a dictionary, a terrible will be denoted as negative word. And then we are creating two new features, positive and negative features, and then we are, you can say, training our model by combining negative features and positive features, and then using naive Bayes classifier, which is an algorithm, and using its train function we will run this data set, and after that we are going to predict as sentence. Let's say the sentence is awesome movie but bad music. So first we will lower this sentence. It will convert this awesome into a lowercase word, and then we will break this sentence into words, and then we will loop into this list and check whether it belongs to a positive vocabulary word or a negative vocabulary. If it is, we will increase that label count, and in the end we just run this, we will get a score of a positive and a negative. So through this example you will get some idea on how to use a training data and how well we predict about our new data. The better your training data is, the more accurate your result will be. In this example, our training data was very small. So now we will broaden our scope and we will work on movie corpus, IMDb dataset, and we will be working on just 1,000 rows data, and we will apply sentiment analysis. We'll use a bag of words technique in the below example. As the word says, bag of words is simply a collection of words disregarding the order or grammar, but all words will be unique in that bag. Classification using machine learning is a technique used for sentiment models, and we will use bag of words and create negative and positive reviews, and then we will label each of that row whether it's a positive or negative. So same as the above, we are creating a function which will create a bag of words of that feature. Okay, and then we will use movie reviews data or movie reviews corpus data and get those positive and negative labels data and save into a positive reviews or negative reviews. IMDb dataset already contains and label all the movies, whether it's a positive sentiment or a negative sentiment, and then we will convert that reviews into a bag of words and can save it into negative and positive features. If we just run this, we will have a negative feature, positive feature. We will use naive Bayes classifier for this task. Again, it is a very simple classifier with a probabilistic approach to classify data. What this means is that the relationship between the input and the class label is expressed as probabilities. So given the input features, for example, the probability of each class estimated, the class with the highest probabilities then determine the label for that sample or test set. So now we have the features of positive and negative, both have the same length, and we will import the Bayes classifier and we will split the data into 80% into 20%. 80% will be used for a training to understand the data. The remaining 20% will be used for testing our data. So after this, we are using the naive Bayes classifier to build a classifier. So this is our sentiment classifier, which will train on positive and negative features of 800 data. We then classify our training set and get its accuracy. So as you can see, we got 98% accuracy on the training set. It's good, but how well the model behave on the remaining 20%? Find out. We will use the remaining data and find its accuracy and it lower down. Its accuracy is around 71%. The estimated accuracy for a human is about 80%. So an accuracy of around 70% is pretty good accuracy for such a simple model. We didn't tune our model much, but remember we had the large vocabulary and the sentiment classifier used all the words, but which of those words give us this high accuracy? The sentiment classifier model we built has a function which shows us the most important features. We can actually run it and see what words or what features in those data or reviews were most informative. So we will use show most informative features, which will list down all the important features for us. So this tutorial was basic guide about sentiment analysis and NLTK library. There are many training datasets available online, like I mentioned above. A good dataset will increase the accuracy of your classifier. The more the data, the better will be the results. I also published this article on Medium. If you wanna see it, I will mention the URL in the description. You can check it out. I have added some description about sentiment analysis, about the functions which we have used, and the code can be found on GitHub as well. I hope you enjoyed today's tutorial. If you have any queries, let me know in the comment section. That's it for today. Thank you so much.